So my character, you know, she's a powerful leader. She's a powerful leader. Yes. In a very woman-centered world.
One word, and I hit you again.
Because I feel like Star Wars is very, like, patriarchal.
I'm telling Mother.
What makes a great Star Wars story?
Oh, gosh, I think there's many things that make a great Star Wars story.
Kind of cool to have, like, this sort of woman-centered figure.
Mother.
Yeah, I just try to treat everything as if we're on RuPaul's Drag Race. That's kind of like my...
Shut the fuck up.
Just work the runway.
Mother.
Best parts about Star Wars is there is no good or evil. It depends on what side you're standing on.
You're wrong.
We love a humble Jedi Queen.
Yeah.
No.
As we just said, this is an entirely new era for Star Wars.
Boom. Sadness. That's the one.
Let me try to talk about this without getting fired or murdered.
Our world and its future has been controlled by a tiny cult of rich and powerful people for centuries.
Who controls the British pound? Who keeps the metric system down? We do.
Pokemon go to the polls.
Your time's coming, you clockwork elf demon gay frog.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us about your relationship with this previously unknown galactic government?
You were made to be ruled. In the end, you will always kneel.
They think they control the galaxy. I disagree.
This cult of elitists rose to prominence with the robber barons and monopoly men of the Industrial Revolution, who were obsessed with eugenics.
Who keeps Atlantis off the maps? Who keeps the Martians under wraps? We do. I want to hear you ribbit right now, demon.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yes. Ribbit, 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 ribbit.
And now, this cult lives on through their proteges, the globalists and technocrats of the digital revolution.
Is the ability to hack human beings.
Who are obsessed with overpopulation.
Genocide.
This is our world now. Lay down and die.
Peace was never an option.
All of the wokeness in our culture, all the ESG in our corporations, is the result of the same global agenda.
We need to empower the youth. We need social equity. We need to protect our environment.
Think about the children!
And then they eat their poo-poo.
It feels like a meeting of supervillains.
Yes, it is.
It's I'm just waiting for James Bond to come in with his car.
What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
You know, I'm a businesswoman. I had a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light. What I brought to that was a belief in, okay, what does evolve and elevate mean? It means inclusivity. And representation is at sort of the heart of evolution. You've got to see people who reflect you in the work.
Why is Anheuser-Busch committing suicide? Why did Hollywood commit suicide? Why is the left doing this? Why are they like kamikazes?
Well, it's because of the ESG, right, score, and because of the, what's the other name, a component of the ESG, the index, where it's basically about BlackRock, Vanguard, right? They're looking at these stocks, and they're basically trying to manipulate people into fitting their agenda. And it's not about the consumer, it's about artificially manipulating the market so they can create the world. And this, I'm sounding like you.
No,
they can artificially recreate the world in their own vision.
Exactly. The banks have weaponized the media like a kamikaze is going to be destroyed, but it's a weapon. So they don't mind destroying the NBA, the NFL, all these things.
Not again!
Because to get the agenda in, because once the central bank digital currencies are in, and once they have those ESG systems in where everything is tied to your behavior.
I have no choice but to remand you to the Palace of Justice for processing.
It's Mark of the Beast, total control, it's game over.
You mean execution, don't you?
Processing.
A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability.
We got one! Space aliens! Let's go!
So the movie goes like this. The biggest drug cartels in the world get together.
Say hello to my little friend!
And buy up all the media and all the politicians and force all the people in the world to stay locked in their homes.
And also, we will have the technology to enforce that.
And people can only come out if they take the cartel's drugs and keep taking them over and over.
This culture war isn't really about protecting superhero cartoons and sci-fi canon. It's about preventing our annihilation.
Write that down, write that down!
This is important because it's not just, silly comic books or video games or whatever. It's the culture part of it. That's why they took over these creative spaces, because that's what gets into the hearts and minds of the populace, right?
It just got real.
How do you make people see the world in a different way? Well, you tell them creatively. And that's what they've done. And a lot of, especially on the conservative pundit side, nobody was saying anything about it.
Through engineered and controlled crises, the elitists are hell-bent on resetting society and forcing us into a sci-fi dystopian control grid that we can never escape.
Hal, remind me to get lunch meat on my shopping list.
I've added bugs to your shopping list.
No, not bugs. Roast beef, turkey.
Your family will eat bugs now. They are healthier.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Battalion 5, raise your hands. You will be the all-important first attack wave, which we will call Operation Human Shield.
They want to bring us into their Chinese century.
Hey, wait a minute. Now keep in mind, Operation Human Shield will suffer heavy losses.
To bring us into their technocracy.
You don't need a destination when you're running on an omnidirectional treadmill.
The world. They're building the world in their image. Think about it. You control population, you destroy the family, and then you you sow division. I mean, this is the playbook. This is the fascist playbook.
Yeah, those people run the world. They're so impressive. What a bunch of freaks.
Get access to exclusive videos and become a producer at my Subscribe Star. Links in the description.